Are you looking for some financial advice? Well, we have Gabe here to give us his thoughts on financial advice, right?
Oh, man, I gotta go. I'm not the person to ask for financial advice.
But you can give us your thoughts on this. So I said that kind of jokingly because I don't...
Because you know me.
Well, yeah, and I'm not big on this either. I'm learning as well. And, finances are important, and there are lots of people who are knowledgeable in this, and we all have different gifts. Mm-hmm. But what comes to your mind, Gabe, when you hear the term financial planning?
Well, when I hear this term, the first thing I think of is the premarital course that my wife and I didn't get a chance to take because we ran out of time before the wedding, and then we haven't picked up. We really should go back and take that course because our mentors were planning on teaching us a little more about how to plan financial plan. That's the first thing I think of. It
carries sort of a negative connotation then, something you didn't get to do.
Yeah, something I'm still not really good at because my math skills, when I think of finances, I think of math, and I'm not good at math. And I think of budgeting, and I think, I'm not good at planning anyway. Mm-hmm. My wife is the better planner and better person with a budget.
Well, yes, my wife is a better planner as well. And financial planning is something that we all have to take the time to do. And when we hear that, and when I hear that word finances or financial planning, you're kind of like cringe, right? Like, if it's not something you're good at, you don't like to do, right?
Exactly. Just one more thing you have to take time out or make time to do.
Well, good thing we have this article. They give us some pointers, some advice. So, Gabe, which of the 6 points that our article discusses really resonates with you?
Well, I really liked that point about having clear goals because you can't really plan financially really well if you don't really know what your lifestyle goals are going to be. And it talks about maybe even adjusting some of your money spending to make sure that you can do what you want with your life. Stop spending so much here so you can spend more on what you like to do, that kind of stuff. I also really like the tip. It says success should always be what you define it as. Mm-hmm. And that made me think, well, what is my definition of success? Mm-hmm. Everyone's success definition is different. Whatever my definition is, I should think about that clearly and then don't back down on that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes I think you start doing something and you're like, I can't make my goal of success, so I'll redefine success. But no, I should keep that definition to what I think it should be.
And a lot of times we associate success with money, and that's not always the case.
That's not always the case.
There are so many other ways that we can define success. Maybe it's you're raising children, right?
Exactly.
And you want them to develop into, functional human beings who are moral and are good citizens, and that's a huge success. I think that's a lot better way to define success than money, right?
Right, exactly. And so I have to go back and think about that. What's my definition of success in all these areas, relationally, financially, everything, and then let's go for it.
But it does take money, right, to do things, and so we need to know how to manage it. Well, we hope that you find this finance article to be insightful. Thank you, Gabe, for giving us your thoughts. We'll see you next time here on Insights.